Hi, I'm Christina Coyne, Internet Marketer and Ideal Life Vision Coach. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about something that is incredibly important and that a lot of people don't put a lot of effort into. But when you do think about this, it will actually transform how you sell, how you develop your products, and can make you much more successful. So what we're talking about today is the 5 steps for you to develop products that people will love to buy. When people are, when a lot of people are thinking about selling things on the internet, the first thing that they start with is their product. I want to build a product that does this, and it's really important to tell people about this, and so they spend all of this time and effort in developing this product and then have to find someone to sell it to. Because they haven't necessarily put a lot of thought and effort into the people side of things, their product may not be as successful as they'd like it to be. If you actually turn that around and you start thinking first about who you're going to sell your product to and what their needs and their wants are, then you can actually develop a product that will specifically target problems that people are having. And if you can solve their problems, they're going to buy something from you. Okay, and they're going to love you for helping them solve their problems. So, how do you do this? What are the 5 steps that you need to do? The first thing is to look at the characteristics of the people that you're going to be selling your product to. So these are things like, demographics. Well, are you selling to male or female? Are you selling to, someone in the LGBTI community? Okay, different genders will have different needs potentially. Age, are you selling to teenagers? Are you selling to early 20s? Are you selling to over 70s? Okay, get clear on who you're actually, what kind of age that you're looking for. Where do they live? Are you looking at certain countries? Are you looking at certain languages? So what are the things that are important for the people who you're going to be selling to? So first one, identify the characteristics of the people. Step 2 is look at where they hang out. What are the things that interest them? Okay, so this step is really important and useful because it will help you to really tailor your marketing strategy. So where are you going to advertise? How are you going to connect with these people? So this step is looking at, do they read particular magazines? So, physical things. Also looking at where do they hang out on the internet? Are there particular sites that they're likely to spend time on? Are there particular thought leaders that they might be following? Maybe you can connect with those people to help you connect with the people. What kind of social media do they use? So there's a whole great big range of social media sites. Which ones are your target people going to be hanging out on? Do they have any hobbies? What kind of organisations do they belong to? So this step, and in fact all of the steps, they'll be much more useful to you if you actually do some research rather than just, do wild ass guesses. See if you can find people who you want to target. Ask them, talk to them, do some research, all of those kinds of things. So you actually really do want to put quite a lot of effort into understanding who your people are and what they're interested in. Once you've got all that, the third point is, or the third step, is to then start looking at what their pain points are. So pain points are the things that give them a lot of grief. These are, the kind of things that will keep them awake at night. They're the things that these people are really concerned about. Okay? Once you've start thinking about pain points, you then want to look at what their needs are in relation to those pain points. So the needs are generally they're the unsexy things. They're I was going to say they're basic. They're not always basic, but they're not the real bells and whistles. Okay, the bells and whistles comes in step 5, which is the wants. So what do they really want? And that's going to be generally the moon. Let me give you an example of those 3, and I'll use my real world example of before I started working much more on building an internet business, I was working my day job. My pain points were that my daughter wasn't well and I had to take a lot of time off work to look after her, take her to appointments, all of those kinds of things. So my pain point was that I didn't feel that I could continue to do a 9-to-5 job because I just wasn't there often enough. So then, what was my alternative? How was I going to find, manage an income to support me, to support my daughter? It's my little kitten coming over to say hello. Anyway, so yeah, pain point. Needed an alternative to a 9-to-5 job. My needs out of that were a way of earning an income, a way of getting training that I needed, support to help me along the way. My wants are to make an awful lot of money, to be really successful, to not have to work very much at all. Your wants are, not always realistic. But your needs are things that, if someone can supply your needs that address those pain points, generally people are willing to do whatever it takes, to pay whatever is needed to get that, because those pain points can be so bad for them. So if you can solve people's problems, you've got it made. So yeah, those 5 steps, looking at what are the, characteristics, what are the demographics of the group of people that you're wanting to target? Where do they hang out? What interests them? Then looking at what are their pain points? Out of that, what are their needs and what are their wants? So one of the internet marketers who I've been following a bit, Michael Chaney, he uses the term chocolate-coloured broccoli. People want the chocolate. It tastes good, it's really yummy, really, really want that. But it's not actually what I need. What I need is the broccoli. It, sustains me, it keeps me healthy, all of that. But if you sell me broccoli, I'm probably not going to buy it. If you sell me chocolate, I can guarantee I will buy that. So what you want to do is to sell people the chocolate, give them a bit of that, and give them the broccoli, so that they get what they need, they're buying what they want. So once you've gone through those 5 steps, you will have an incredibly good picture of the people who are going to buy your products. And you'll then be able to develop your products to meet those needs, to help the people with those pain points. And if you can do that and then, get in front of those people and tell them how you're solving their problems, they will love you. So they're the 5 steps to developing products that people will love to buy from you because you're solving their problems. I've also developed a worksheet that you can use to step you through the process of those 5 different steps. So you can download that from my website. I hope that is really helpful for you and that you can use these 5 steps to really get a handle on who you're trying to help, how you're going to connect with them. Let me know how it goes. I'm really interested. If you've got any before or after stories, before I thought about who I was going to talk to, I couldn't sell anything. But then once I really worked out, what problem my product is going to solve, things went so much better. Please let me know. I'd really like to hear. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Christina Coyne. Bye.